All right, we're live. Salam alaikum, everybody. Good, good day. Good morning. I guess it's 10 a.m. that I'm recording this on a Wednesday. It's a special Eid Baitam edition for our Muslim drivers who are celebrating Eid. Eid Mubarak. I hope that if you are on the road, I hope that you found a way to make the most of it. If you are at home, I hope you're enjoying your time with your family. And today is going to be a solo episode with just me. Our my what are they called? Co-hosts, I believe, have the day off for Eid. So let's go ahead and dive in, and we'll go through some updates from yesterday and cover a few other things. So let me go ahead and figure my way around here. I'm going to stumble around a bit, but we'll make the most of it. Okay, let's see if this works. So yesterday, we booked 32 of our drivers. We had 42 available drivers. 10 of them were not booked, and the average prime idle time was 15.6. Obviously, a very high number because of the holiday, because there's a lot of drivers that are affected by their dispatch settings and their desire to be home, which is 100% understandable. Let me fix this up a bit. Perfect. Okay. Um, Okay, so we had 1,190 available loads. 118 were self-declined, 175 were auto-declined, 300 of them were expired. 263 dispatch declined, right? So you guys can see here quite a few of the available loads. Either you guys automatically declined, you guys this declined manually, or our dispatcher declined because they didn't think it was a good opportunity. 76% of our fleet was utilized yesterday, so about 24% or so were unutilized, meaning that they were not booked. We still want to work on this 300 expired. We really don't want to have a high number of expired loads. These are loads that are offered to you guys. You're not bidding on them, nor are you rejecting them. So, if you guys see a load that you don't want, just go ahead and hit decline so we know in the office that you saw and you're not interested, and we're not trying to chase that load down. I'm going to go ahead and sign into the live and just to make sure that everything is as it's supposed to be on there. Okay, so let's go here. Live now. I'm doing this in the background, so sorry for the. Yep, everything looks good. Okay, so onward. Let's keep it moving here. We had 450 bids with a 9.29 win ratio, 92 rate per mile. 90 cents per mile is the average that we've been quoting drivers when they call to inquire about joining us. Um, in the recent days, you guys have seen that we've gotten that up to 96, I think, one day. But yeah, I mean, it floats right around that 90 cents to a dollar for the average. Some areas, as you know, are much lower. Some areas are much higher, but that's the average. If you do 10 loads, you're likely to be right about 92 cents a mile. So that's right on course. We have, let's see here, looks like 5 drivers with very high waiting times. Um, these guys remain a priority for us. We're gonna look into dropping the prices a bit, if we need to get you booked. Last thing we ever want to do is have you guys, sit and lose multiple days, and that looks like is partially what's happening here with some cases. Yesterday we had 6 candidates total. Four of them did clear. Two of them we're working on right now, or we're waiting for paperwork on. So everything looks like is moving along as it should with the Canada. Our ops teams work so hard, guys. Our customer service support. These are the guys that get you your pickup numbers. These are the guys that get you your help with any delays or any issues with loading or unloading the freight. These are sort of the unsung heroes, as they say. Often we celebrate the achievements of our bidders, of our dispatchers, because it's very easy to measure what they do, right? If they book 20 loads in a day and if they generate X amount of revenue. But really, without the operation support coming through and kind of being the cleanup crew, none of that other stuff matters. So great job, ops. Okay, spotlight. All Muslim drivers celebrating Eid today. Like I said at the beginning, one of the hardest things about this job is being away from your family, especially during these festive times. Um, when everybody's celebrating, getting together, and you're 1,000 miles away from home. So, it's worth. We all appreciate your guys' hard work. We all appreciate the sacrifices you make. We do our best every year to bring you closer to home for Eid, so you don't have to be, at a truck stop celebrating it. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But Eid Mubarak to all of those who celebrate it, and I hope that whoever is home is having a good couple days with their loved ones, and whoever's on the road, I hope you find a way to make the most of it and gain some of that festive nature of it all. All right, yesterday, the king of bidding was Haris, booked 13 loads with an average revenue per load of 769. Number two was Muhammad with 7 loads on 116 bids, 421 average revenue per load. And Ahmed, our hybrid man, with 5 loads and 444 average revenue per load. So great job, everybody. Special shout out to Hadis for continuing to lead by example and set the bar high for others to follow. Okay, let's jump in here real quick before we move on. Next one. All right, moving on. The best loads. So we had a Mississippi to Quebec, 1,560 miles for 1880. This is a phenomenal load. You're going to an area that is one of the. It's a pretty good area. Montreal is admittedly can be kind of hit or miss. It's not always let's say perfect, but Montreal is an area where we're often able to get drivers back out pretty quickly. The prices are always decent enough. They're 90 cents to a dollar typically. So, in a couple of days, you're making almost 2,000 bucks and ending up in an area where we should be able to get you, keep you moving without much waiting. Phenomenal job, whoever booked this. Next up, we got Ontario to Texas. Another great load for the drivers who like long loads. I mean, this is the load of the load from the dreams. 1,726 miles for 1,680. It is a bit under a mile. Lately, it's been very difficult to go to Texas for a dollar. It's just there's a lot of people that are willing to go down there for whatever reason for 70 or 80 cents a mile. I'm not sure why. I don't think it's a good idea, but this is a volume load, right? Some loads you look at how much per mile you're making. Some loads you look at how much you're making gross. These kind of loads is what helps you have those 3, 4, $5,000 weeks. So another great load from yesterday. And then this is another good one. So this is, it says Austin to Austin, but there must be a typo. 303 miles, unless maybe it was a round trip. But more likely, it was a typo because it doesn't make sense. Austin to Austin could have been a round trip, but that's not what I'm seeing here. I think it was a Houston area maybe to Frisco or Dallas area. Anyways, 303 miles for 450. Great load, great pay. I think a lot of drivers, if they can make $400 or $500 in one day, they're happy. That's sort of the goal, and this load accomplishes just that. So, great job by our dispatch team. And then, of course, we can book all the loads we want, but if we don't have amazing drivers to haul them, then the freight doesn't get moved. So, great job, dispatchers. Great job, drivers. Moving on, importance of communication with dispatch and drivers. Yeah, I mean, this is just a matter of we in the office, we understand our job is to work for you guys. And we want to work with you guys. And we want to make sure we understand your guys' um, plan, what you'd like to accomplish, your goals. And our job then is to do our best to help you reach those goals. And if your goal is to maximize your earnings, then we're going to help you. We're going to give you feedback on how to set your dispatch settings, how to book loads to help maximize your earnings. If your goal is to stay close to home because of some situation or whatever the case is, then we're going to work with you on helping you stay close to home, right? But use your dispatch, man, and women. Communicate with them, lean on them, bother them, bug them as much as you need to make sure that we stay on the same page and we help each other out. Okay, yesterday we had 57 stops. We had 96% on-time performance, only 2 late arrivals. So 2 stops out of 57 is not bad at all. 96% obviously is a tad bit under what our goal is. But with so few stops like this, the numbers get skewed a bit. The point is, listen, 55 times we were on time. And that's amazing. I mean, it's not easy to be on time. It's not easy to, deal with traffic, to deal with the tight schedules and everything else. So we appreciate your guys' hard work. The reason that we are considered a premium carrier in the industry is because we do perform well, right? We get to appointments when we say we will. We communicate when there's any delays. As always, friendly reminder, if there are any delays that are going to cause you to be late, all you need to do is communicate to us. We let the customer know, and then 99% of the time, there's no problem, as long as it's a valid, justified late arrival, right? When problems arise is when drivers are late without proper communication, right? Allah Farid, Eid Mubarak to you as well, man. We appreciate all you do. Okay. May this Eid be a reminder that even in the darkest times, our shared light can illuminate the path to a brighter tomorrow. Wishing you and your loved ones an Eid filled with love, laughter, and countless blessings. Awesome message by our Amina, who prepares these presentations. Stellar job with the design updates, stellar job with this message. I really don't need to add anything else to that. It's well put. All right, we got a couple more things here, but the presentation is bugging out a bit. I think we have anyways. What's going on? Okay, there it is. BHX Wild Fact Wednesday. BHX is one of the rare companies that does not haul pork or alcohol. True. Alcohol especially pops up often. And I think in the industry, I'm not sure if you have to have special licenses to haul it. Whoa, where's my... there it is. Okay. I'm not sure if you have to have special licenses to haul alcohol, because I do see when brokers post it, they specify that it's alcohol, but We've never bid on it. We've never gone after those loads for personal reasons. But yeah, we'll close it. We'll close it there. As always, I want to recognize all the hard work. Our bar is very high here in this company. Um, there's many companies that do freight expediting with cargo vans, and speaking with drivers who are applying from those companies, they're always surprised at our whole protocol. Starting from like the hiring and the recruiting process we have to, let me make this a little bit bigger, hold on, to the onboarding, to having drivers have our logos, to everything else. I mean, our bar, we try to set a high bar. That high bar helps us be that premium carrier because customers appreciate the fact that our drivers are well trained, that our drivers are held to high expectations. Same in the office. Our dispatchers are held to a much higher standard, than most other dispatchers in logistics. Drivers come from other company or dispatchers come from other companies, and they're always surprised that how much we listen to their phone calls, how often we sit and meet with them, how often we review their performance, how we focus on the little things. It's like the way that we want you to explain to a driver that he's booked or she's booked is this, and it's the most efficient way to do it. And it's not just things that we make up. I mean, it's things that we research and we test and we look for the most optimal way. And that high standard, it can sometimes be draining for everybody because it is easier just to kind of operate day by day and not have to worry about any sort of high expectations. But here's the thing, I mean, championships are won, wars are won, success is achieved when the standard is high. A company that doesn't have a high standard, it's easier, day to day to exist in that. A family that doesn't have a high standard, the lives of the kids are easier, right, than a family whose parents are have high expectations. However, the possibility for those kids to achieve success if their parents had those high standards is much higher, right? The possibilities of a team winning a championship if the coach's standard is high is much higher, right? The possibility of a company beating out the competition if its whole entire team is trying to live up to a high standard is greater. And we've been on this journey for a while now. We've been on this journey of sort of on the brink of this big breakthrough. And I mean, I first want to thank our drivers because without you guys, none of this is possible. And then I want to thank our dispatchers because without their effort, none of this is possible either. And I do firmly believe, God willing, that those big breakthroughs are still there and something that's on the horizon for us. We're making a lot of moves behind the scenes, and we've been making those moves. And sometimes you work towards making those moves, and things go well, and sometimes it doesn't. Like you think you're onto something, and you figure out that it's actually not as you envisioned it was going to go. But that's life. That's trial and error. I mean, un, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, things don't always pan out the way you intended them to. They don't pan out because that's the learning opportunity. I mean, if we succeeded the first time we tried to do something, we wouldn't have those reps. We wouldn't have that adversity that teaches us lessons. We wouldn't have that adversity that exposes us to different challenges and different things that new ways of doing things. So you know, we're all going to keep grinding, and God willing, those customers that we've been chasing down that are going to make our loads pay better, that are going to give us more loads, they're going to come pouring in soon, God willing. And when that happens, then our waiting times are going to go down, our rates per mile are going to go up, and our overall drivers' stability, let's say, with their earnings and with everything else is going to stabilize as well. Um, that's it, man. Ala Farid, where's the energy drink? Man, I downed a Red Bull right before. Um, so it was there. I did down a Red Bull. Um, you, even though I don't see you, you are a man that I know always looks good. So I have no doubt that you, as you watch this and as you type your messages, I have no doubt that you are looking as stellar as always, and everyone else. I appreciate you all. We'll conclude there. God bless you all. Stay safe on the road. Peace be with